Oh, hi. Pool Boy here, and welcome to the Glitton Things podcast, where two beautiful women just sit down and talk about everyday topics, politics, sports, social issues, anything that comes to mind, really. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Oh, did I mention they're lesbian? I knew you'd like that.
Oh man, I love that.
It's so good.
It's so good.
It's so good. He needs to update. I know he's like busy getting ready for NorCal, but he's got to do another one for a different sitcom. That'll be so funny.
Oh, you know what would be amazing is Three's Company. If the background music to Three's Company. Do you remember that? That would be fire.
Yeah, how did that one go? Yeah, no, I remember that. Dun, 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 dun. Is that the one?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's old school.
Oh shit. What's up, guys? What's up, Kenneth? What's up, Jake, if you're still here? Joseph, Meg.
Coming in hot.
Yeah.
Can only hope that Jeremy's Wi-Fi is working properly well on today's show. It's okay. I think we're all having some feelings about Sentinel training workouts today. I was having some feelings about my workout today too. Did you do Sentinel today?
No, I didn't have. What did you do? I even liked your thing. What was it? It was like a series. Was it rowing and GHD or something?
Running
and
and
GHD.
So 400 meters. It was supposed to be 40, 30, 20 of the GHDs in between, but there's no way that I could have done that many just because I'm just starting to get back into GHDs and whatever. And first I was going to do half GHDs, but I forget I'm so long. So like my arms, when I wasn't even trying to, I was like, oh, if I just extend my arms a little bit more, like I can do full GHDs. So I did the 30, 20, 10, but for me, it was more of pushing myself to run that much because I just haven't. I've been running on treadmills and stuff like that at the boxing gym that I was at, but now being at CrossFit, they have everything measured out. So I'm doing 400 meters. I'm doing 800 meters now. So to run that much in a workout was more of the push for me today because GHDs, I did 10 and then I rested. Like that's just how I broke them up. So the run for me was very intense, but that shit fucking sucked.
Oh yeah, that combination is brutal too. Running with tired legs is one thing, but like running when your core is screaming at you and you're just like you're trying to breathe through it and you're like, it ain't happening. Yeah, that's a gnarly workout. I didn't have a chance to make it to the gym, so the garage was my I did wall balls to my basketball hoop and dumbbell snatch. That was it.
Well, the GHD actually blows up my legs a lot too.
Well, you're doing them right. You're doing them right.
Yeah. So they blew up my quads really fast. So by that second run, I was like, oh, because my goal was where the GHD is, I had to walk through the gym and it's open gym. So being respectful of everybody. So I walked through the gym. And then the minute that I hit outside, I was like, that's when I'm going to take off. And I was able to do that for the first. So there was 4 runs. I was able to do that for the first 2. By that third one, I was pushing everything that I had to just get my legs moving. And then the 4th one, I trotted one way. And then on the way back, I trotted about halfway. And then I just was like, let's go. I have to try to run. Okay. And it was so funny because it was like, stop. My legs were so fucking heavy.
You're having that turn like, let's go. And it's like, this is it. This is all I got.
Was that the one that you were doing with your daughter? You put up that post that you were running with.
That was yesterday. It's like, active recovery or whatever. So it was like 800 meter run, 20 burpees. And I just I always tell my kids, like, all right, I'm going outside, you can come with me if you want. And I'll usually get at least one of them to come. So my youngest came out and it was a total of 2.5 miles of running and like 100 burpees. And she did 1.5 miles. She's 8. She did 1.5 miles of running and then a mile of biking on her bike. I was like, dope. I'll take it. She did a bunch of burpees too. So that was good. Today was 3 rounds, just 50 wall balls, 35 hang dumbbell snatch, just 3 rounds of that. That's all.
CrossFit. If you have Three's Company's references, you've either grown up poor and unattended by adults, or you're old. I'm just gonna go with I'm old. I might have been unattended. And if I was poor, I didn't know I was poor. So that's probably like,
Yeah.
I might have been, but I didn't know that I was. But I could have been unattended a little bit. Definitely old. Oh boy, get him, I guess.
CrossFit's here.
Yeah, right? It's almost like Trish is here. With glasses and a goatee, Jeremy looks like one of those dollar store toys where you
You can't even read it.
you move the metal filings
Oh,
to make the
man.
eyebrows. Base show. What's up, Jake? Running breeds cowardice. I almost wanted to say that on your show the other day because I asked the question with the girl that does high rocks, and then I sounded stupid. I was like, well, I don't know what cardio does to you anyway because I don't do cardio. So sorry, my bad. Stupid question.
Well, I did find this today. Judy, I am following the 60 track. So that's the workout I had today. I think I did see something with handstand walks or and snatches, but there was another one that was like burpee box jump overs, like, and then max cows or something like that. Like they were on a whole fucking another level. But I put this up today.
I think it's gonna be a long, long time. Touchdown brings me round again.
To all my runners out there, that's how we really feel.
So true. God, I still hate running. I military gear, you just run, and then it almost ruins it. You know what I'm saying? Like you get out and you're like, I don't have to anymore. Like I don't.
Hey, question for you on that. When you run in formation, right? When it's like if you remember that, all of you guys just running in formation, it's like this little ass trot, and you can't go to stride your legs out at all. That hurt worse than just going for a run.
Yeah.
Like my hip flexors would be awful after that.
It's and then you get behind someone who just doesn't have rhythm. So they're messing up. You're trying to stay in cadence. You're hating every second of it. Oh my God, I hated that so much.
It was so awful.
Like, can we just march fast? Like,
yeah.
Can you just march fast?
It was like, just do the fast walk. What was that that Jake and them were talking about the other day? Like, just fast walk. I was stepping on people's heels.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I'm 6 feet tall, running with a bunch of 5'2" women. And I'm like, I have to take these itty bitty little ass steps to be able to keep up or do it. It was horrible.
Were you guys integrated or was it all female for you?
No, it was integrated, but I seem to always be behind a really small female, like every time.
Probably right.
Get out the way.
I was like, can you put me up with the dudes? Because at least like at this pace, that stupid ass pace, like I would be able to stride a little bit, but you really couldn't stride a little bit. It was crazy. Speed walk, it's an Olympic sport. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Probably is, isn't it?
Do you ever see those
the truffle shuffle? Yeah, that was
you ever see the speed walkers on a track that the arms just go?
Oh, they're just fun. They're in a total different zone. I'll tell you what's the funniest. In high school, coming home, I got a younger brother, older brother. We're coming home from high school, and now my dad he's from down south, dark as night, hardcore man. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think he remember we get off school at this time. We're gonna come home and see what you're doing. And this mofo's speed walking down the sidewalk in our neighborhood, just going at it. I'm like, me and my brothers are just dying. I'm like, that's something for like stay-at-home moms. You know what I'm saying? Tennis mom. Not a 50-year-old black dude just walking down this neighborhood, like shuffling his arms. Like, that was the last time we did that because we made fun of him quite a bit.
Jake, race walking, we discussed that on the show on Sunday. Yeah, that's kind of what I didn't think about it until I just asked Jeremy about running in formation, and I was like, that's kind of the same thing. We just picked both feet up, like both feet were off the ground. It wasn't kind of almost. Okay. Mobland season finale was today. Did you see the season finale?
Or was
it was yesterday?
Was it yesterday?
Did you see
The problem with having children is you don't get to watch a show when you want to watch a show. And the week prior the episode ended, I'm like, oh my God, I cannot wait till next week. I'm trying to set up our schedule so that they get down at a certain time. I can do that. I wasn't able to catch it. I'm probably going to do it later tonight once they fall asleep.
All right,
Is it just
I won't
off
ruin it
the
for you,
wall?
but the end is insane. Like
Okay.
it's freaking insane. Sorry, okay, no, I haven't seen it yet. All right, I won't say it. I won't say it. It's insane. Don't read any newspapers. Don't go online then because it's all
Okay.
over the place. Because
Okay.
it was nuts. It was cool.
I
yeah.
straight up think
Jeremy,
that's
Joseph,
what's
you're
that?
right. Jeremy, stop
something.
moving so much because you pixelate when you move. So
Okay,
just
no moving.
there you go.
Yeah, right.
Give me 5-second spurts and then I'm no that I honestly, not to speak in hyperbole, but in the last 15 years you've had Game of Thrones, really like dope shows. I'm gonna put that up there with one of the better shows in the last 15 to 20 years. It's so damn good
It is
from
good.
start to finish.
Do you hate? I'm sorry, babe. I'll bring you back in a second.
No,
I
it's
know you
okay.
don't give a shit, but
It's okay.
I
haven't watched it. I think I've told you guys this before. She finds all of these shows and then I start to kind of watch them with her. And there's only very few that I actually can like get into. Like Dexter was a big one. It was so funny. She watched Dexter when was it the new, like they were actually new seasons? Like, were you watching it, babe, when
No.
it first came? Okay, but you watched it years ago.
Yeah.
And then I think randomly
I started watching it again.
she started watching it again, and I was in it because when she watched it the first time, I was like, "What the fuck is this? What the fuck are you watching?" But I was into
just killing
Criminal
everybody.
Minds. I was like, I can only do one serial killer detective show at once. Like I can't do two. So I was into Criminal Minds, watching all those seasons and whatever. But then she brought it back, and so I'm completely invested in it. We saw the one they did.
The post one.
The post one.
New Blood was the one.
New Blood. We
yeah.
saw that one. I need to watch Original Sin because then they're coming out with another one in July.
What?
Yeah.
So I need to like catch up.
Dude.
Yeah, I got to catch up.
I watched my ex was very like, I'm not exaggerating. She watched 7 to 10 shows at the same time. I don't know how she managed to do that. I do remember Dexter being one of them, and I do remember sitting down sometimes and watching it, and I'm just like, what is this? like he's
So
a
good.
serial killer that kills killers. Like
No,
my
but
mind starts racing. Like, who thought of this? But it was cool. I remember that.
Kenneth, I get Californication. I never got into that one, but the one that I just found that was amazing was Landman. Have you seen Landman with Billy Bob
Someone
Thornton?
just brought that up. Okay, yeah. Someone just bought. Is that on Amazon or Paramount or one of them?
It's on Paramount. It's so good, dude.
Is it? Okay. Okay.
It's hilarious and kind of moblandish at the same time.
Okay.
It is Billy Bob Thornton. Yeah, he couldn't be more funny. Him and his wife or ex-wife or whatever are hysterical through it's amazing. The daughter, everybody. It's so good.
I'll check it out.
But
I think the last thing I saw Billy Bob Thornton in was Bad Santa.
Yeah. Same kind of character, but like just there's the cartels, there's the like it's really good.
Dope. What did Pat say? Pat's here.
Pat's here. No, he said you're kind of a girl. Hi, girls, and Jeremy was also kind of.
Love you too, buddy.
Yeah, 18, 23, 19, 23, and Yellowstone. Yeah, I still have to see Yellowstone. I've seen the other two, but not Yellowstone.
It's gonna make you want to move there, or at least visit there. It'll make you want to get on a plane. I know how much you hate planes. It's that whole area of the country, crazy, beautiful.
Oh, CrossFat. I don't remember that. Show lost me when he talked about his daughter having sex as a man. Nah, man. I don't.
As a man of Texas.
Like, he doesn't want to hear his daughter is having sex. I think that's what the conversation was. Like, he was like, hey, too much information. I'm pretty sure that's how the conversation went. Okay. Anyway, let's get into the headlines. Pat's here, maybe. So Pat might want to chime in on these things. But
wait, doesn't Sevan call his last name not Lang anymore? Did he
yeah, I don't
change
know.
it?
I was trying to figure out how to pronounce it. I thought I
Yeah.
was pronouncing it wrong, and maybe
Lane.
I think
is that his real?
I think that's how you pronounce it, how Jeremy said, but now it's weird because whenever he says it on his show, I'm like, who the fuck is he talking about? Because everyone's
This
just
is
so
a new
used to
person.
like Matt Lang, you know? So
Yeah.
What CrossFat? He talks about his daughter banging the QB. Yeah. And he asked her. I don't know what that means.
CrossFat
it
is
is?
drunk. CrossFat's been drinking.
And no, it is Lange. Okay, I'm sorry. I apologize, Lange. Okay,
Was
cool.
it French?
also
Pat
probably
Lang.
call him Lang.
Lingerie. No, I'm
What
sorry.
What are you,
Pat
Pat?
lingerie?
You look Irish. You look like a little
Lange. Okay,
Irish.
Pat
baby.
Lange. All right, that's cool. The Caitlin Clark thing. I've been dying to talk to you about this for freaking ever. Let me find but she's out right now. She can't. It's Lang for you guys.
Lang is fine.
Lang is fine.
Lang's
Cool.
Okay. All right, fine. Cool. I'm all about that. So the Caitlin Clark thing, right? Pull up these videos for you real quick. Oh man, I don't even want to. We'll get to Brittany Griner, but here.
Oh my
Okay.
god. I still
Yep.
can't
No,
believe
hold on.
that.
We're getting on. We're gonna get to all of these.
Ooh.
So you got this one, right? This
Mhm.
was the beginning of
Oh
the.
my god, this is terrible.
This was the beginning of it. Yo,
I mean,
did Caitlin ever touch her?
no,
Not
No.
once.
not
Right.
like that. That was like a good half a foot away. No,
That was like
absolutely not.
LeBron James, some LeBron James shit.
That was LeBron James on steroids right there.
Nowhere near her, and she just falls, and the ref's like, "Cool."
I
You-
mean, like it's some players are real good at that over the years of kind of selling it, at the right time, playoff game, final, something like that. And it still pisses you off because you're like, dude, you're flopping. But I get it. That right there, dude, like this young lady that flopped, like you got to watch that back, she's got to have friends and family that are like, come on, girl. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
But I get it. It's part of the game, right?
Mhm.
If you can get away with it, and the same way that if you do the whole elbow thing while you're guarding somebody that's coming down the floor, and you can get away with really putting your forearm into their body, and the ref doesn't call it, like you're gonna try to do it.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
so
yeah.
if that girl can get away with flopping like that, and I get it that it's part of the game, but that one was really bad, dude. Like that wasn't even.
I'm gonna say that's the worst. You talk about LeBron. Who are some other players that did it? Like Ron Artest was kind of wild
Ron
like
was good at
that.
it. Yeah.
Dennis Rodman. They kind of were like a little. But that might be the worst flop I've ever seen, like in basketball. Men or
Kobe was
women.
good like that. Kobe
He
would get
was.
some, and so would Reggie Miller.
Reggie
Miller was
Miller, yeah.
awesome at that shit. Like-
That's part of why I hated Reggie Miller growing up. Oh, I hated that guy. Dude. He was just so clutch, and then he just knew what to do at the right times. And I'm like, I cheered for the Knicks growing up in like the playoffs, so I hated the Pacers so much.
Of course. I don't want to talk about the Knicks tonight. I can't do it. I'm mourning, and I can't do it.
It was a good run. It was a good run.
It had me excited for a minute.
Yeah.
But that was, and then okay, here, and then you have this, and these are the two things that started. Oh, CrossFat, our white queen is too good.
I mean, CrossFit's not wrong.
Wait, where is it?
It's wrong.
Damn, our white queen is too good. They're calling handicaps. Shit.
That's good.
But then this was the other one, and they happened fairly close together. But here's this one. This was the technical foul. So the one girl got pushed first. Right?
Mhm.
Did you see that?
Mhm.
She
She
gets
gets
nailed,
mauled.
by the other team. And then Caitlin Clark's like, no, fuck that. I'm going to go defend my player, which is what you do. Flagrant or not?
I mean, let's see it play one more time. I mean, maybe you could argue flagrant. You can argue flagrant, but like,
but she wasn't hurt in any way. There's no
that's
way.
what I'm saying. You know what made it a technical or flagrant is the girl's reaction. Look at her. Like it was a hard foul, it was a hard foul, but like flipping out and falling on the ground is gonna these days in
so
basketball
right
is gonna
there,
get you the call.
That spot literally right there. Okay, maybe a technical because she is trying to keep her from making the basket. She swatted the ball. Give me a break. Yeah. For me, that's like just her just being like, hey, I'm going to foul you right now. You're not going to make this basket because you pushed my player first. And that's that.
Right.
And then she does her whole, oh my God, I'm dead thing. And then
that's what did it. She's a good drama queen. She's a good actress. She could flop on the ground. Now if Caitlin came with a clothesline, you know what I'm saying?
Different.
Like, okay, we got ourselves a different situation, but she went for the ball. It was a little harder, but like, nah, that's they called it. You said they called technical.
Now, do you think if that's not Caitlin Clark that does it, do you think if it's just another white girl that does that to her, that she gets flagrant?
Are there any other white girls in the WNBA?
Come on, you got the pretty ones. You got the pretty ones that everybody loves.
That's true.
You got the influencer.
No, I mean, if it's anyone else, I would say no. They're not going to call technical flagrant. It's just going to be like they might run and get between them kind of a thing, maybe. But like, I don't think it's gonna. It's just because it's Caitlin Clark, 100%.
Does this start if there's the what's his name, babe, John Cena, if there's in college when they're playing in college together, if there's not that John Cena moment, do you think that this blows up like this?
What do you mean, John Cena moment?
So when Angel Reese won the national championship in college, she did the John Cena, do you see me now kind of thing, and then pointed at her ring and like whatever. And so this carried over into the WNBA. And I'm not going to lie, it's making for great fucking entertainment.
For sure.
I'm not watching it otherwise, to be quite honest. And
right. Most people.
I'm not going to apologize for that. Like, I'm just not. I like a good rivalry. Like you said, I like Reggie Miller versus the Knicks. I like, Kobe when he got pissed at Shaq. Like, I like all those. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I don't think it has this type of intensity if that doesn't happen in their college career. Like, I don't think the race car 100%. Gets played. I don't at that time too, right? Because it was the big COVID and race and everything's identity politics and whatever. Right. I think if that moment doesn't happen, then this isn't as big as it actually is. And she doesn't get I don't know, Caitlin Clark doesn't get fucked up as much as she does in the league. Yeah,
I agree. I also think there's this element of enabling in the sense, like, think of what some people are saying about like Brooke Wells right now. Like, she doesn't seem like she has enough people in her corner that are like, hey man, like, you need to own this, you need to move better, you need to touch your chest to the ground with burpees. Seems like a lot of these coaches, Angel Reese's coach, that what CrossFit is saying, and a lot of these girls' coaches or whoever's in their corner probably aren't being like, hey, you need to stop. This girl is one of the only reasons that anyone's watching us. And you're ruining it. You're trying to ruin it. If you want to make more money, you embrace this young lady. Have a rivalry all you want, but like, stop with the race stuff. Stop taking it too far. Like, stop targeting her like you are, because if she's gone, y'all are gonna go back and be relegated to literally no one watching. So like, chill out. Like, I don't think they have enough people in their corner that are telling them these things.
You don't think that they're actually using it as a way to get more eyes on? Because normally with shit like this, you're going to divide people. So then what are people going to do? They're going to show out even more for the side that they agree with versus the side that they're against. So
Mhm.
if they play the race card, if they play the, victim card or whatever, like, aren't they actually going to get more of what they want anyways, which is attention? And you're going to have people that show up to this shit that don't even like basketball, but want to be a part of the controversy. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah. No, that's a good point. I mean,
That's fair.
there's good
Yeah.
attention and then there's bad attention. Like I don't like attention in general, really, but like if I'm gonna get it, I'm hoping I'm getting good attention or attention for good. Hey, Jeremy did this or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like a good. I don't want people to be like, hey, he's getting attention because he's always over controversial or he's a douchebag or he's what I'm saying? Like people will probably say that already, but like there's good attention, there's bad attention. They're bringing on bad attention, and the thing about that is that dries up real quick. The thing that made the Pacers Knicks rivalries back in the day awesome, the Bulls Pistons, all those rivalries, other sports included, was that it was just this is about the game. I want to beat you at this game. I want to be better than you at this game. It had nothing to do with the color of anybody's skin. It didn't have to do with, it was just like straight up, I want to be better than you. I
Yeah.
want to beat you. We want to win the finals. And if we got to maul you to do it, we will. But it's not because of anything but
That's
that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, there's good attention, there's bad attention. You want eyes on the WNBA, but people are paying attention to it right now because of
because of
Caitlin Clark
race.
and because of race. And
Yeah.
it's like, that ain't cool, man.
Well, Joseph, when you say this, oh yeah, now the WNBA is drawing dozens of fans. I'm not necessarily saying that they're drawing fans to watch the WNBA.
They're
saying
at least
that
watching the clips.
that
They're
these,
watching
that these two individuals now are bigger than
the game. They're bigger than
Mhm.
they're gonna
Yes.
watch to see those two play.
I mean, look
But
what
I don't
Pat
even know if
and
they're gonna-
CrossFit just said. I think that's perfect. They kind of contradict each other, but like to Pat's point, you had Magic and Bird,
Not this
but
one.
it was never about color. You had Larry Bird from bumfuck Indiana somewhere where no one's ever heard of, and you had Magic where I don't even know where Magic was from, but like you got this white country dude, you got this black dude, but it wasn't about color. It was never about this black guy versus the white guy. Maybe for
No,
some people it was. You know
No,
what I'm
it
saying?
wasn't openly. Like, yeah,
Right, maybe
yeah.
behind
It
the
wasn't
scenes it
on.
was.
There was no internet, so it wasn't on the internet. But
Sure,
like,
sure.
you go
But
to
like,
the Celtic Stadium, like that shit was crazy.
I bet, yeah.
I know you were being a smartass.
Wait, hold on. I want the Pat Lang and the Joseph talk. Joseph, Reese sucks at basketball, so she has to resort to other stuff. That's fair. I think that's true. And then Pat goes, where's Pat's? She doesn't suck at basketball. Can you pull? I can't. It won't let me for some reason.
I don't know where you are.
Oh, there we go. She doesn't suck, Joseph. She's just not as complete as Clark. She's nowhere near as complete as Clark, though. So if you're rating her, if she sucks at basketball based on Caitlin Clark, she sucks at basketball. Like she has records for rebounds because she misses her own shots and rebounds her own shots. It's not, you know what I mean? Like she'll miss her shot 6 times and rebound her own little layup, put back 6 times and have, yeah, I could do that. Like,
yeah, I haven't watched enough to know if Reese is good or bad. I mean, I guess I lean on this side.
She's obviously not bad because she's in the
right,
WNBA.
she's in the league, but yeah, I mean, to your point, nobody is. Has there ever been a Caitlin Clark? I mean, who?
No, there's a few. Like you have Ionescu and Stewart. You have Asia. Shoot, I can't think of her name, but she was the MVP. You you have a ton of
all time WNBA players. Who's
girls
on that level?
Those girls, but doing what Caitlin Clark is doing as fast as she's doing it, only have been in the league 2 years. Like that's unprecedented.
Hi, Jan.
Who's this fucking dude?
Hi, buddy.
What's up? Garrett, that's inflated by socials. She's talented, but not Caitlin Letter. That's fair. But then I would also ask too, and I'll ask you guys both this, and you can take it through any sport you want to do. How many of those girls, including Reese, including that, oh God, that girl that came out of Connecticut, I can't think of her name, but how many of those girls are sports influencers because they have a high level, like they're playing at a high level and they're influencers? And how many of those girls, like, is Caitlin Clark an influencer? She's not influencing anything. She's not like whatever. She has sponsors the way that men have sponsors. Like they just sponsor her. She's not like pushing shit on Instagram.
Right. She's influential, but she's not
She's not an influencer.
Right. Yeah, there's a difference for sure.
And so I think like Angel Reese and them and whatever, because Shaq is starting something. There's a new Netflix series coming out with Angel Reese and Shaq, because Shaq's gonna help her do a Reebok deal the way that he had one when he was back in the day.
Nice.
But who's buying Reebok because Angel Reese is wearing it?
Exactly. For
you know what I mean? So
but isn't anybody that's in the
yeah, that's fair. But NIL, it has to do with being an influencer and having followers and whatever. But what I'm saying, okay, so I'll say this very bluntly. Caitlin Clark does not have followers because she's gorgeous and she's putting her ass on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Like, she has followers because she's good and she's involved in drama right now. Angel Reese is gorgeous. She's absolutely gorgeous, and she's not afraid to put her shit on Instagram. And so she's an influencer. Is that fair? I feel like that's fair.
That's fair.
Very
fair.
Sue Bird. Sue Bird was the GOAT. Yeah.
She had a documentary too that we watched, didn't we?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not a humongous fan of hers just because of how she dealt with like this whole like identity politics thing. But as far as basketball goes, like
her wife is big into.
Her wife is Megan Rapinoe. It's the soccer player.
I'm trying to think of like, who are you talking about? And then I get
her wife is Megan Rapinoe. She's the girl with the purple hair that was on the USA soccer team, and she's
about identity
stuff.
stuff.
It's just like, hey, and I'm like, I can't get down with that, but whatever. I blame Sue's wife. I blame Sue's wife too, for sure. Pull up Caitlin thirsting on her blonde teammate. I'm not going to go down that road. I have a lot of things that I think about that, but like, we're not going to go there.
I mean, like, if she is,
God damn it,
whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, you knew it was going to happen, but I mean, if she is, it's like, who cares? You know what I'm saying? Like, who cares? You know, she's around women all the time. They're changing together. They're doing things. I mean, whatever, you know.
Liz, if you're straight, you're straight. If you're gay, you're gay. That's my thing. There's no real like if you get drunk and have a fun girls' night out, like fine, whatever. But you're gonna go home to your dude, and the other girl's gonna go home to her wife. But if I had to put money on it, if you're telling me like, hey, what am I putting my life savings on? I'm probably gonna say Caitlin Clark's gay, but. Do your thing, girl.
Right.
Like not mad at it.
Like, it wouldn't dictate what I thought of her. I'll tell you that much. Like, I wouldn't be like, you're still a dope ass basketball player and you'll whoop me any day. So
yeah. So that leads me to this and then we'll get off this topic, babe. I promise. I'm sorry. We'll go to
I'm listening.
We'll go to all the other topics after.
Colin's like, I like baseball. What are you talking about?
No, I know what sport we're talking about. Okay.
Oh my God, Joseph, you're reading my mind for the night. Shut up. I'm not gonna say. I'm gonna say it later. But okay. So then you have this. So then you have an angry Brittany Griner, who I personally can't stand. By the way.
PG, right now you have 10 points, 5 rebounds. We see the Atlanta Dream as being very. Right now she's talking to the refs about holding. We're going to send it back to you guys.
Very important questions by Autumn Johnson.
Wow. So that's the one where all she does is yell at the refs because that's all she can do. You know what I mean? Like, she doesn't have game like that to be talking to the refs that way. I mean, you shouldn't talk to the refs that way anyway, but she doesn't have game like that to be able to talk to the refs that way. She's not
Like time and place too, you know what I'm saying? Like, have the decency. You're a grown woman. Have the decency to respect this announcer trying to do their job. You know, half the time the questions are probably going to be dumb, probably going to be whatever, but like, let her ask her question, answer it, and then be like, "Hey, I'm going to get back to the locker room or whatever." Like, and then if you want to talk to the ref, talk to the ref. But like, the situational awareness or lack thereof right there, that blows my mind. That's actually sad. That's secondhand embarrassment kind of stuff right there. Like, for real, dude. Like,
she came out and she dunked a couple of times in college and a couple of times in the WNBA, and everybody was like, "Oh yeah, great." And then everybody forgets that she beat her then fiance or maybe it is her wife. Maybe they ended up getting married. I forget what it was, but in 2015, she ended up in a domestic violence altercation. And like, she's just trash, dude.
Like as a person, she's
literally.
I mean, she's not even that good basketball wise, because I think people kind of caught up with her. Yeah, she was taller, and everybody be like, she's not. But like as a person, she is trash. She's very trash, and that kind of stuff.
And
Are you
then
gonna play the other thing that she was talking about?
Yeah, no, I don't have that one, but
I sent it in ours.
You guys probably in an hour one.
Yeah.
But she was. Can you find it? Because she gets stuck in Russia. She begs President Trump to bring her home, or Biden to bring her home. Biden brings her home. She loves America. And now the next video that you see is her being like, talking to Caitlin Clark, being like, "Fucking white girl."
Yeah.
Like, it's like, what are you doing, dude? Either, I don't know. To me, she's trash. Yeah.
She's trash as a person. Horrible.
She's trash as a basketball player.
Like, I don't remember ever. I mean, now mind you, I didn't play like super competitive sports like you did.
She got
Jeremy,
shit
did you play
at Baylor too? Like, sorry, I don't want to, but she got shit at Baylor too. She accused her coach, who was white at the time, of like 3 years later, she accused her of doing all this kind of racist shit to her and blah, blah, blah. And the coach was like, "Nah." And all the girls were like, "Nah."
Right. No one did that. You're making this stuff up.
She's fucking ridiculous. But go ahead. And I don't know if she's mad because she's 7 feet tall and sounds like a dude, and she, like, people have called her a dude her whole life, and I get that shit, but that's no reason to just be an asshole.
I love that you just said that. Now I was just talking to someone about that. Like,
life's hard, bro.
Right, we've all been
hard.
through this, called that, all the things. But man, once you start using that as your reason to be terrible to people, then I'm sorry, but even if you were a victim, I don't feel bad for you anymore, because now you're choosing to just be terrible. Ain't nothing right about that. Bernie just made the best comment I think I've ever read in my
I was waiting. Bernie Gannon, what's up, dude? Good to see you. You know what the WNBA needs? Taylor Self as a sideline reporter. Can you imagine Taylor interviewing Brittany Griner after a game? He'd be like, "Bitch, no, you can't talk to the ref like that right now. Come back over here."
Right, like, what are you doing?
What the fuck are you doing?
What are you doing, you dumb bitch?
That's amazing.
God.
Did you? If you didn't find it, it's fine.
No, I have it.
Okay,
but what I was gonna say is, like, I didn't play competitive sports like you did, babe. Jeremy, did you play competitive sports? Like, were you competitive? You did?
Yeah.
I don't remember ever hearing that is etiquette that you learn to just go up to a referee and get in their face and start screaming. Like, that's the coach's job. Like, that's the coach's job, is to get pissed off and have some feelings and get thrown out. And like, it's the coach's job to go to bat for the players. When did that turn? When did it become a thing? You see so many of these athletes, especially in basketball. I don't know if I see it as much in football, or hockey, because it's more of like it's the captain's job to go take care of that. And with football, I feel like it's even more so the coaches than anybody else. But like for some reason in basketball, these athletes, it's like a right to go up to these officials and get in their face and start throwing their hands and cursing at them. Like, when did that change? When did the etiquette of that change?
Superstars. When Superstars happened.
I was going to ask you, Garrett, what you thought, like, and I feel that, like, yeah, superstars for sure, but the NFL has superstars too. And what's different about NFL is they're wearing helmets. You can't really see or hear, as opposed to NBA. You can clearly see. NFL, you will see, and it's so fast, you know what I mean? And so is NBA, but it's like so fast, and the next play is already happening. And then you're off the field. You normally see, to your point, Colleen, coaches saying stuff more. I think the culture is different from football to basketball. There's more of in basketball, it's more of like a hip hop thuggish type of atmosphere, whereas football might
Don't say
have
thug about the NBA. You'll be racist. Don't start saying
right?
that
Yeah,
thug word.
I'm
That
be
Allen
canceled right
Iverson
now.
era. Don't start saying that shit.
Right.
No, go ahead.
But like football kind of has that too. But having played football, I was lucky enough to play with dudes that went on to the NFL actually. There's a whole different. It's so much more about team working together. You're not bigger than the team. Remember the Titans type stuff,
Yeah.
working hard. Whereas NBA is just flashy and it's lack of discipline and it's look at me. I want the ball. I'm gonna bounce all over the place. You know,
Would you
like
say that football is more of a it's more of a kind of CrossFit-y thing where it is shared suffering, right? Like you're literally getting destroyed by your peers the entire game.
it's
and
more
you
grindy,
you
suffering
guys are
CrossFit type stuff.
bleeding, fucking your muscles are dying, you can't breathe. Like it's a Warriors game almost.
100%. Whereas basketball can be, and I think in like
It
the
was.
80s and 90s
Yep.
it was,
It was.
and now it's just become like that play where the girl flopped. Like that's the extreme of it. But I mean, you watch a basketball game and you're gonna see 50 fouls that weren't fouls. That were
Would
just
you
like,
say that? Would you say that today's WNBA and today's NBA is today's CrossFit? Like it's just how can I skirt this line as much as I can possibly skirt this
100%.
line?
That's a very good comparison analogy. 100%. 100%.
I would say to answer your question, babe, I would say it started a while ago. It was literally just like once they put an end to like the Pistons Bulls rivalries where people were just getting knocked the fuck out every game. And they were like, hey, you can't touch anybody anymore. Then it became very
So you're saying
watered down.
The safety rules that they put in place kind of turned this into.
Well, think about it. It like for kids, if your kids don't like go learn a lesson somewhere, if like another peer of theirs doesn't correct them, if they don't learn to stand up for themselves, if they're just constantly like, hey, it's okay, your feelings matter. Like, you know what I mean? Like you're never put to adversity. That's kind of what basketball has become now. There's no adversity.
Yeah.
In basketball.
And they did what we've talked about before with society. They overcorrected. They overcourse corrected. Like to your point, you're right. I mean, you can't sustain a league where the early 90s are happening. Like that was crazy.
You used to be able to, if you drove down the middle of a basketball lane into the paint in the 80s and 90s, you weren't getting up afterwards.
Right. It was bad.
You could give it a shot.
Yeah.
But you probably weren't gonna get
because
up.
it's also a contact sport without any padding. There's no padding.
Yeah.
Where it's not like football where there's padding and it is a contact sport.
Exactly.
What you're saying is basketball, because remember, I didn't watch a lot of basketball until I got with my wife. That was the one sport that I never wanted to watch. Before they could literally just run into people. Like I watched the Jordan documentary with you, honey. Like they could just run into people and elbow people and trip people and like hit each other in the nuts just because they fucking felt like it. Like there was, that kind of stuff. So yeah.
But yeah. And then you had what's his face from the Golden State Draymond Green, who just
Oh,
kicked
yeah.
everybody in the nuts all the time. And then it was like, okay.
And I like, there's guys like that have the passion. I appreciate the passion, but dude, you got to reel that in a little bit, man. Yeah, it was. Yeah,
It was goated.
yeah, that's right. Wait. They had NBA in Scotland.
Yeah, Bill Lambier. And then who was Bernie? You would know this. Who was the guy? It's blasphemy that I don't know this name, but the guy that really talked. Oh, Christian Leitner. He just fucking stomped on people when they were on the ground. He was just like, yeah, he was insane.
Better to have Draymond on your team now.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody wanted against
Very
him.
well said, Pat. That's the guy you want on your, all those guys are you want Draymond, you want Christian Leitner, you want what do you say, Bill Lambier, you want those guys on your team. If they're not, you hate them.
Joseph Rodman would assault you and rob you going for yeah. All right,
Do you know this name?
Rick Mahorn? Fuck yeah.
Mahorn? I remember
Dude
that
was savage. He was savage.
Here, I found PBD talking about Brittany Griner. Hold on.
Wait, what happened? What I missed? Is Brian doing something right now?
Brian Friend is on right now.
Oh.
Yeah, but he's ignoring the chat, so.
Oh, all right. That's fair.
Oh, Brian.
Oh, yeah. Here we go. PBD.
Okay.
Yep.
Ready?
Adam, put the quote of Brittany Griner, what she said about the NBA. This is so funny how all this stuff works out, right? She says, this is from Brittany. Every time we play her, there's this commotion, like this loud rumbling from the stands. Turns out it's people, thousands of them.
I just needed a moment so that everybody heard what PBD said.
Just sitting there, watching on purpose. It's
this
on purpose. Watching on purpose.
very disruptive. It's called a freaking game that they pay you money to play.
It's disruptive. It's disruptive.
The fans are disruptive.
Don't play the game. It's very disruptive. It continues. Brittany Griner voiced frustration in a recent interview, claiming that Caitlin Clark is ruining what used to make the WNBA great.
Anybody?
Fans?
Anybody?
Fans
Anybody?
make the WNBA
Ruining
great.
it? Anybody?
Wait for this.
Empty stands?
Let me just go ahead. WNBA games
Savage. That was savage.
Okay, so the WNBA games.
used to be a chill, quiet place. You could bring your laptop and relax, maybe even get a little work done.
Is
that what she wants? She wants people to go to the game with their laptops and their iPhones and fucking so that they can all just chill.
Real.
It can't possibly.
I mean,
it's real.
What the F, dude?
But now it's like there's a large gathering of people watching us from the stands. Some of them are yelling crazy shit about what they're seeing, putting unfair pressure on us to score.
unfair pressure.
Because she can't score anywhere on the basketball court, in life. Like, she can't score.
This comment right here, Def Die, there's no way these are real quotes.
Like we're there for their entertainment.
Oh my God.
That's pretty gross. Are you
I act like this.
Okay, Rob, can you verify?
They can't find the words. They're like,
Oh yeah, when PBD can't say anything, you know that it's gone too far. Like
holy, is this AI?
No way. That's what I'm saying. Like that's what I thought, Cross. You don't have anyone in your life that, because that's not the first time she's probably said that, right? To that something. You don't have anyone in your life that's like,
See dozens of fans.
You don't got anybody that's like, hey, no. Like, don't say that out. Let's unpack that. Brittany. Let's. You are there for their entertainment. They paid to be there. It's only as disruptive as you let it. You're a professional. Like, you don't have anybody that can tell you that. That is crazy. There's no
game ever.
Bernie, I don't know. Can I pull up Bernie's comment? Read it first.
No, it's fine. Brittany Griner makes me feel like rooting for Russia, like I'm Tucker Carlson.
You have to wait till he comes out before you can. So go ahead.
Oh man, I'm telling you, in the last 20 years, I don't know if we've heard a dumber quote.
That
right? I mean,
Is it real? Can we confirm this?
I want the stands to be quiet. Is that what she just said? Literally?
yeah, bring your laptop, get some
Is
work
that
done.
what Brooke just
chill.
said? Did Brooke just say, I want the fans to be quiet?
Mhm.
Like the ones that don't root for me be quiet is
Mhm.
basically Brittany Griner. Like, what? They're
I'm
saying
drawing
crazy.
some parallels between some of our CrossFit athletes and that right there. That's kind of that's the direction of this movement, whatever you want to call it. We're going in this direction where like they want to control every single aspect of what people say, how loud they say it, if they can say it, what this looks like, what that thing is. That is in life. It's like to your point before, it's hard, it's crazy, it's KDL's also drunk. CrossFit and KDL are party.
Oh shit. If I don't even want to know what the end of that sentence was about to be. I'm gonna go with if you have these nuts, but I don't. Yeah, it's nuts, and it's nuts. Pause.
Hey-o.
But they're all doing it. Every single one of these athletes is doing it. It's some crybaby shit, and I could care less. Like, we're allowed to talk about you. You're a public figure, and you're playing a sport that everybody likes, whether it's basketball, CrossFit, football. We fucking get to talk to you. I mean, hell, Major League Baseball is now about to subsidize a professional women's softball league.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I will talk about that shit too. Like,
Mhm.
I'll
We all
absolutely.
have the
I cannot
freedom
wait to talk about those lesbians. Yeah, I have never been excited to talk about a group of lesbians the way that I'm excited to talk about softball lesbians. Like,
Oh, for sure. For
like,
sure.
I am ready. So
I forget, was it Souza was definitely talking about it, but I believe he got it from someone else, and it's kind of the cycle he was talking about specifically with CrossFit athletes. But the cycle, it's like opportunity, and then opportunity turns into, what was it? Expectation turns into entitlement.
Yeah.
And it's like this cycle, and I mean that's about as spot on as it gets. And you see that not just in CrossFit, but clearly with complete dopes like that. They think they're entitled to a quiet arena. They're entitled to, like, what are you talking about? People are paying to see you.
and paying a
Without
lot,
them, you
bro.
won't be doing what you're doing.
Can you imagine if all the men in baseball or football were like, I want a quiet arena? The fuck, we pay like $200 a seat to go fucking heckle you.
Exactly.
That's what we're paying for.
That's what
we're
it
paying to go
is.
chant, you suck, you suck,
Right.
you suck. Like, that's what we're paying to go do. That a million Mets
Uh-huh.
fans right now are paying however much money to go yell at Soto for not performing to the $700 million contract that he signed.
Exactly. And those same people though still cheer though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
They still come to the game the next time.
they come the
They
next
buy
time,
the
they wear your
merch.
jerseys, they give you their money, and yeah, they might hate you sometimes, but then they love you, and then they, you can't control it. Stop trying it. Just know that you are essentially there for our entertainment. That doesn't make you any less of a human. You get to go home to, especially NBA, MLB, NFL. You get to go home to houses we'll never live in, cars we'll never drive. It's all good, dude. It's all good.
And the only thing that we get as fans, as we're paying for this contract that you're getting, is to be able to fucking heckle you.
Exactly.
So you know what? I'm getting my $22 worth of heckling now.
For
Like,
real.
sorry, dude.
Yeah, to pay $22 for a fucking beer.
I was shit talking Soto for weeks. Then he hit a home run last night, and I was like, "Fuck yeah!"
Right.
Like,
You're like, let's go.
let's go, Soto. And
Uh-huh.
then, but yeah,
I took my kids to a Brewer game a couple of weeks ago here in Milwaukee, and it was only two of the three kids, me, food. I was like, you better believe I'm going to enjoy myself. And if I want to yell at a player, if I want to cheer loudly, I'm going to do it, within reason. To think that I'm going to get them all ready, dressed, get them to the game, pay for food, drinks, and sit there and be quiet for you.
Yeah, fuck off.
Go play on a
Like,
playground somewhere.
yeah,
You know,
no.
you ain't.
Um,
Take my kids
all
to
right,
this.
where we
Dang, that's crazy, Pat.
But I think that it goes back to we were
oh
talking.
yeah, 500 minimum. I can't even. Are those like good seats?
I mean, I gotta imagine Fenway is
I'm
just
talking about.
regardless of where
Yeah,
you sit. Same
that's
with
fair.
the Yankees, though. I'm sure, regardless of where you sit, you're gonna be shelling it out.
One thing we can all come together on is booing Juan Soto.
Son.
Well, if you want here, this is funny. Christ, I can't believe I'm about to do that. To do this, but Bruce Wayne reminded me why I'm a lesbian.
Oh boy.
So let me
Alright.
share this screen. Yep. There we go.
Homosexual, Clay?
I am, yeah.
No, is that true?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
But
Marcus, did you know that Clay was gay?
Yes, I did. When we first
Did everybody know this?
Yeah.
Because I didn't know
in
it.
the beginning.
So you don't find Oliver very attractive then?
Yeah, I mean,
And
she's
you
a
don't find
beautiful woman.
Felicia very
They're
attractive?
beautiful women, but they're not my thing.
All right. Are you a homosexual?
Fucked up, dude. I was like, all right, fine, fucking fair. Now I
That's
know.
savage, man.
Now
Oh,
I know.
man. You didn't deserve that, Garrett. You didn't.
I
Deserve
did.
Oh my God, that's good.
Well, at least I know my kid's not gay. He's a Yankees fan, so I don't have to worry about that shit. We're good.
There you go.
There's
He
fire
just
on
has to
that.
worry about being hated by every other fan out there.
Yeah.
Everyone hates the Yankees, right?
Yep. Are you ready for? We're in Pride Month.
We're there.
We made
I
it.
haven't seen anything yet. Billboards or commercials. I haven't seen anything yet.
Oh, I've seen stuff on Facebook.
Have
We will just say
Yep.
I just want to give a moment of silence, as Joseph said before, to Jojo Siwa. Happy Pride Month to everybody but Jojo. Her bout of lesbianism has come to an end. Rest in peace to Jojo's homosexuality. 2021 to 2025.
Oh my God.
Moment of
If
silence.
you don't follow the political mixer, she is hilarious in so many ways.
The name rings the bell. Did you guys talk about her before?
Oh yeah, we've talked about her a million times.
Well, we've had
Pat, don't get
super
mad at me.
awesome. We've had super awesome on our show
Yeah.
before, Jenna.
Yeah.
We've never had.
But Pat, don't get mad at me. I'm not saying like people figure out they're going through things, they you know, whatever. But JoJo was it for her, for me, she was just so like so flying the flag for so many dumbass fucking things that I just, now that she's with a very hot, manly man, like a go chop a tree down man.
Is he though?
Kind of.
This is not.
I mean,
the
he's
one
a little
from,
metro. He's a little metro.
Like the last time I was on, you were talking about a young lady who was pretending, or maybe was, or it sounded like she was pretending to be gay but wasn't.
JoJo,
gay.
yeah.
No, it was JoJo. I don't think she was
Okay.
pretending. I think she thought she was.
Okay, right. Okay, yeah.
And she came like screaming out the closet, but mostly used it to get fame for the most part.
Sure. And
So,
I mean, we talked about it. Popularity. People
Yeah.
do whatever for clout. You know what I'm saying? They'll say they're this, they've done that, and it's like, hold on, slow down,
But this is what I think, babe, that you're talking about. Because this is what I kind of don't care about this anymore. But yeah, this is like people are starting to make these posts again, and I'm just like, oh my God, stop. Like, whatever, dude, I don't care. So LGBTQ Karen complains because Target replaced its Pride Month section with USA merchandise. We live in America. If you don't like it, leave. This is Officer Tatum.
Pride Month. In my Target that used to have the Pride section, it's now all USA. Yay. It's an American summer, except for tourism, because tourism's down because no one wants to come here. USA, woo! And honestly, my dad serves the military, and I'd love to be really proud of this nation, but it's hard to be proud of it under Donald Trump. But hey, while you're here, pick up a USA bikini. Why not?
It's so tough because I literally I had a woman come in the store today and she was talking to me. She saw, I guess, the part of the
That's
Jeremy.
a good freeze.
Did you
Jeremy.
freeze? Oh yeah, Jeremy froze. Do you need to?
He needed to take a moment.
You need a second. Okay, that's
He needs to
fine.
take a
That's all
moment.
right. That's your minute. Take your minute of silence for JoJo. Agreed. I think she thought she was gay. Happens to the best of us. Yeah, like I get it. I understand it. I always think I'm a lesbian. But I was talking to a lady in the do we have to kick him out?
Yeah, kick him out.
All right.
Jeremy, try again.
Yeah,
Come back.
in. I was talking to a lady today that she saw me reading the newspaper, and it was an article about he
Yawn.
took a knee.
Yeah. Meg was
Um,
right. That goddamn Wi-Fi.
And she saw me reading a newspaper, and I was reading, it was an article about Michelle Obama, which we can get into. I used to be gay, then I switched again, then I switched again. That this is my right wing friends think happened to with all gays. Okay, I get that. I get it. I understand it. But the way that you talk to Pat, like honestly, you always say that most people who are gay know that they're gay. You know what I mean? Like we do know that we're gay. There's like, I didn't flip flop. I tried to have boyfriends till I couldn't try to have boyfriends anymore. And then I never did again. She was so young and thrown in front of a TV so quick. I'm not surprised she's flip flopping. But I think liberal people would say that too. If you ask gay people too, they'll be like, yo, my best girlfriend is gay on the weekends. You know what I mean? That's kind of just normal.
Sorry about that. I got so angry at the anti-American Karen that I was like, I'm out.
That's it.
But no, the story that I was trying to tell is that this woman saw me reading a newspaper. It was about a Michelle Obama podcast, and we can get into that too. But she looked at me. She's like, "Hey, what's good in the news?" And I was like, just reading and she's like, "Michelle Obama, like, yay." And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, I'm kind of 50-50 with Big Mike. Like, I'm good. And she was just like, well, I just don't trust. I mean, we had a little bit more of a conversation, but what the point is that she ended up telling me, I don't trust. And this is a white woman, like a white woman that's in her like mid 50s. And she's like, well, I don't trust this country to elect a female or a person of color. And in my mind, and like, now I'm not going to argue with her. We're in my store. I'm not going to have a political argument in my store with somebody, but like we already had a person of color in the office, if that's how you want to go, which by the way, I should be super excited because it was a mixed president. So
we should be
I saw
very
myself.
happy.
I saw
myself
in that president. You know
right.
what I mean? Like,
No, for real.
Let's go. But it really went to the like, hey, the woman that you want me to just, you want to trust the country to elect the president just because they're a woman.
Right.
Or just because they're black or mixed or whatever the hell Kamala said she was. Like, I'm not.
Chameleon. Yeah.
I'm
for
not
real.
doing that.
Everything went too far. Right? DEI went too far. Things just went too far.
Yeah. Well, do you want to come on the show tomorrow, Pat? I would love to have 3 lesbians on a show on the same day. That would be fabulous.
Gay Pat, that would be. I think that'd be too much for everyone to handle. That'd be way too much. But no, it's like, things just went a little bit too far, and now people are so stuck in that train of thought that it's just going to take a little bit more to do that, untrain people out of that mentality that, hey, it's quite literally not about the color or the sex of a person. It's are they qualified? Will they do the best job? That's it. That's all. That's it. We need to get back there, because if we're not careful, we're going to get so far down the rabbit hole that we'll never be able to come back from it. That's one of the things I think about from time to time. Like, have we gone too far down the rabbit hole that we won't come back from it?
Hey, crazy question. Do your kids, like, you have 2 beautiful daughters, for anybody that watches this that doesn't know, do your kids know that they're mixed?
Yeah, they know it, but they don't ever like question it or talk. I think one of the first times I was on, I was talking about how my youngest she's in WWE and everything. And matter of fact, she's going to be asking to watch Raw at whatever 8 or whatever time it starts tonight. But her favorite wrestlers, one of them is black, Bianca Belair.
Oh, yeah.
And she's like, oh, I like this girl, I like that girl, but I can't be Bianca Belair. And I'm like pretending to wrestle. And I'm like, why not? Like, oh, well, her skin is darker, she's black. And I'm like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, right? And we had she was only 7, so we had a little talk about that. But they don't, nothing about my life, nothing about their life, nothing about my dad, their grandfather is ever led by the color of our skin. It's not like we can't go there, we can't do that, you can't say this because of the, it's just like, hey, you want to do that, you want to be that, that's all good. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
I only ask because it's a crazy thing to have to understand that you are mixed.
Sure.
Because along with that, you have to understand that which group you're accepted into. Like there is a color archy. You know what I mean?
That's crazy. That's crazy, but it's true. It's very true. Unfortunately,
it really is. And are they too light? Are they that medium? Like my sister is that medium color. My older sister is dark as shit. We've all had very different experiences growing up, and you have to know that even your own community, I guess, because if you have a little bit of black in you, you're black. So your own community is going to judge you based on the black community is going to judge you based on how black you are.
Mm-hmm.
And as a mixed kid, you have to understand that. And that's
middle school
crazy.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but this is important.
Sorry.
He looks jacked this evening, and I'm supposed to tell you.
Thanks, Jan. Just for you, baby. Just for you.
So why do you guys think that okay, I'm not gonna ask this question when my kids right here. Hello.
What's up, Lil G?
Yeah, go get Uncle Jeff.
Yes.
Uncle Jeff is medium black, by the way. He's mixed too.
He's medium black.
Yeah.
Why do you think so many mixed people choose to identify with only the black side of their family?
I've been trying to figure that out with my older sister. She's 45, so she's about 6 years older than me. And so I said my dad's from down south, my mom's from here in Milwaukee, and with my dad's family being so far, we didn't see them a whole lot. Now, some of them moved up here, so we would hang out with them, but my dad didn't want us being around them, largely because first of all, they lived in a very rough part of the city. With Milwaukee being as in the hood as bad as it is, he didn't want us hanging out around there too much. And a lot of them were just into nonsense, so Christmas, holidays, birthday parties, most were spent with my mom's side of the family, which is almost entirely German, and Polish, so people like that. So growing up, it was like we were around them all the time. I think with my sister and with most people, it's, I don't say rebellion, but it's like, I want to do it my way, and I want to, figure things out my way, which is fine, you know what I'm saying? But the last 27 years of her life have been 3 different baby daddies, none of them involved in the kids' life. Well, one of them involved in the kids' life. The other 2, I don't know them, had never really met them. Living in the hood, living in poverty, just nonsense, all of her friends, black, just not the good black, the bad black that even us as black people are like, why are you kicking it with that person? You know what I'm saying? Why do you keep them around? And I don't know, you get used to a certain type of a lifestyle. She's been doing it, for example, for so long that it's just what she's used to now. She's acknowledged that it probably isn't the best, but she's been doing it for a long time. Brooke Wells has been moving like a bad for a long time. But she ain't going to change it, unless she really wants to. And by now, it's really hard to make that change once you've been in it for so long. So I think it starts off as rebellion, and then it becomes, well, this is just what I do, and I'm going to just keep doing it. And I guess that's at least my experience, Garrett. I don't know if yours is different with any family members, but that's been my experience.
I mean, for family members with me, I just like I grew up with the white side of my family, my mom's side. I have a great relationship with my dad's side of the family and my dad. I don't think it had anything to do with that. For me, I feel like it had to do with being in school. Like I don't present as black. So it just nobody can tell. So nobody says shit about it. People who know. It's just I've never had to deal with any of that. I always like it was like I would tell people that my dad's black and they'd be like, "What the fuck? No, he's not.
Right.
No,
I
he's
can see
not."
that. Right.
And so I mean, people would joke because I've done it on this podcast where I have to show pictures of him because it's like people just don't fucking believe me. And I'm like, well, then so what am I supposed to say? Like, I don't have the black experience or whatever the black experience is.
Sure.
Did I hang out with black kids? Yeah, all the fucking time. I played basketball and I hung out on the res and I hung out on the hill. Like, yeah, I did. But it's like, I'm not going to sit around here and try to, I guess, prove.
Right. And that right there was my entire middle school experience. It was like they wanted
was yours that you had to prove that you were white or that you had to prove that you had to prove you were black?
Black. And it was torture because my school was in a good area, but like they still busting kids from the hood, and I can't even explain in words how often every single day, 6th and 7th grade until I started growing into myself, I'm not kidding you. I was getting jumped. I was getting mercilessly made fun of all the time because I was this half black kid, half white kid who didn't wear Tommy Hilfiger. I didn't have Averex. I didn't wear Lugs shoes. I didn't have FUBU. We were, like you, I didn't even know we were, poor, you know what I'm saying? Like I got my brother's hand-me-downs. I got my sister's hand-me-downs. Like I'm straight up wearing my sister's old clothes. My shoes, I was wearing British Knight shoes that were falling apart. Like I didn't know.
That's why I can't do high waters with our kid. The minute he's too tall, them shit's got to go because I was wearing my brother's.
For sure. And you guys are going to be having to buy clothes like crazy. Your boy is growing like crazy.
He's nuts, it's crazy.
Yeah, my son's at that age. But like it was what was it? This sounds
Bernie Gannon, this sounds goofy two shoes, but we should goody two shoes, sorry. Goofy. But we should focus more on the things we share rather than what separates us. I'm
telling you, Bernie.
I hope it's not centuries away, dude.
I kind of agree with Bernie on this because I kind of what Jeremy was saying before of like hoping that we're going to get to the middle before we realize that we're too
far apart,
much in a hole.
Yeah.
And like we can't climb out of it. I almost wonder if it's going to be this extreme pendulum swing for the next however many years, and slowly with each swing we might get a couple people that like go more to the center. This is a little bit too much. This is a little bit too much and whatever. But I don't know if it's going to be as quick as we kind of hope, because again, you listen to your algorithm literally brings you down that rabbit hole by one reel. You get the same things over and it's an echo chamber. And if you're only in that echo chamber,
don't say that,
then
dude.
You're only going to be on that side. And I was for so long. And now deciding to listen to other people's perspectives, sometimes I get stuck in that echo chamber. And I'm like, I don't want to be in one echo chamber. I want to listen to different people's opinions. But I don't know if it's going to be.
I have faith that we are progressing, I guess, funny word, but like reason I say that is because there's a lot of like you watch a TV show or whatever and there's a commercial that comes on. When we were growing up, I don't ever remember seeing a commercial with a mixed race couple. Now you see a lot of commercials with mixed race couples.
Yep.
And I mean that shows me, or at least that points in the direction that things are getting better. Because what I think, Saban says it all the time, that Tao is saying all problems must flourish before they get better. Now, maybe it's not necessarily all problems, but I think to that logic, a lot of problems, any that you can think of in your life, any physical ailment we've ever had, any issue with another person, oftentimes it got really bad before it ever changed. I think
It usually
we
has to. Is
it
that what you're
has to.
saying? Like it
Right.
usually has to. Yeah.
That's the course that it runs, is it's gonna get really bad and then it changes, and it gets better. And I think with that whole thing is like it got really bad, but I believe it's changing for the better. I could be naive, but I'm holding out hope, unlike our drunk friend KDL.
KDL, KDL's the man.
We're a little pessimistic over here sometimes. It's okay.
We are
It's all
just
good.
going to keep swinging one way or the other. So for me and KDL, you're kind of with me and Jeremy, where we're kind of like older millennials, like the Xennials, where we have a lot of Gen X in our blood, but we're technically millennials. And then Colleen's like,
No.
you're an older millennial. Like you're
KDL is with me.
Oh, KDL's with you?
KDL's with
Oh,
me.
fuck
Oh,
that.
he's your age?
So
Yeah.
y'all
I'm pretty
two-
sure.
All right, my bad.
I think we realized that last time.
I didn't mean to disrespect you, KDL. You're the man.
Kind of.
So you're a little bit, but so you and Colleen are like that millennial stage, and Jeremy, you and I are closer to Gen X / we're like the oldest millennials. And we, I think we are, and we have kind of. I mean, I'm the oldest millennial, but like we've kind of changed our thinking and have been able to like not go down that woke ideology and hide in our identity politics, and kind of listen to both sides and try to understand and reason with both sides. And I feel like our generation will continue to do that, and I think it will make it better. Like I think it will help more. At least that's what that's my
think you're right.
optimism.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that's very well said too. I think it's going to be on us to influence the just younger generation to think better. You know what I'm saying? Like straight up think better. Don't react all the time to how you feel in a moment. Don't get caught up in an echo chamber of only what you want to hear, only what you think, only what you believe in. Man, this world is too big, man. Your city is too big. Where you live is too big to get caught up in the echo chambers. Life is a lot bigger than what you think is going on inside your head. And that's what makes it so beautiful. And if we can figure out how to do this all together, kind of like we used to, years and years ago, before identity and politics became the way of the world, like things are better. Things are really fun. Life is good,
Yeah, like I hope we get to a place where you don't feel like you need to see representation of yourself on fucking television. Like, does that define, like seeing a mixed couple in a TV commercial does not make me feel better about being a mixed kid.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
totally agree.
Seeing a black female president on television doesn't like bring this euphoria to me. Like, if there's a black female president, then there is one. If there's a female president, then there is one.
Yeah.
Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, just whoever it is that wants to do the fucking commercial, or whoever it is that just do. I don't need to feel better about me by seeing myself on television. Like that's exactly. I guess that's all I'm trying to say.
Well, I saw somewhere.
I mean, I think it's funny as shit, but like
I saw somewhere that they someone put up like a reel or something like that, and it was like all of these shows and
Joseph, I'm 99. It's fine. We're good. You and I are together. We're good.
All of the shows, all of the channels just did. Like there just when we got to that point, there just was inclusion without stamping inclusion on the fucking face. Like you look back at the Disney movies that we grew up with, like there just was everybody and anybody that was on it, but there wasn't like this stamp of identity on every single thing, or you have to change the classics to make sure that you can stick a inclusion sticker on. And I don't care. I know
The Little Mermaid wasn't horrible because there was not a black Little Mermaid. It was just a fucking Little Mermaid, and it was a made up fucking character. Who cares? Like it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I never watched like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. What's the one with Urkel? Family Matters?
Family Matters.
I never watched that and thought a black family or the Cosbys. Now maybe it came up in my head, like maybe subconsciously it was like, oh, it's cool to see functional, I don't want to say functional, but like good black people or whatever, but it wasn't like I'm watching it because I'm black and they're black and it's so awesome. It was just like good, you know what I'm saying? You laughed at Urkel and his goofiness. You watch Fresh Prince and you.
I looked at it more like, oh, I wish that one was my mom. Like I wish the mom from Family Matters was my mom. Or like I would have a bad day and be like, oh, I wish I was in that family because there's a dad in that family.
For sure.
Like, it had nothing to do with color. It just like I was like, oh, my dad would, if I had a dad, my dad would tell me that. Or if you know what I mean? Or
even like Step by Step, was that? With Suzanne Summers?
Yep.
Like that'd be great if that was my mom or the dad, whatever his name was. He was cool, or like I would kick it with the.
The one for me was the show with Tony Danza. What the fuck was the name of that show?
Who's the Boss? No, that's a movie. Is that the show or is that the movie?
Who's the boss? It was Tony.
Yeah.
Full House. Any of those ones. It was like that was more what I related to. It had nothing to do with what color the family was. It was just where I was in my life at that time.
Exactly. And that's those were the times I believe, and I think to Colleen's point, when the country was just better, you know what I'm saying? Like we weren't so hyper focused. We weren't creating.
What's that?
They would call us naive.
They would call us naive.
We weren't woke to the shit.
They would call us naive, and they would say that, well,
there could never be a black doctor.
You never had to experience that. You never had to go through that. You don't know what it's like. You weren't paying attention. Like you hear that shit all the time, where it's like those were the times that we were forgotten. Groups of people were forgotten. It's, you know what I mean? Like, and for me, it's just, I don't know. And this might be something that I think I'm thankful to my parents in a way. You know, I grew up hearing that my father would say racist things. My father's much older, different time. Am I giving a pass for that? No, but I never heard him say anything racial about anybody. But I've heard when he was younger and whatever, being in the military, blah, 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 that he did. My mother never talked about the difference between people's skin colors. It just wasn't a thing. So am I thankful that there wasn't like a stamp on it where like you had to know? I think I was. But I think to some people that would make me very naive and very privileged because I don't know what it's like to have to deal with that. But my best friend in high school was a black girl. Her and I were best of friends, and we never had the race conversation ever, never, and
I never did either.
And we were the best of friends, and we had a falling out for a completely different reason. We're not friends anymore. We don't have a relationship, anything anymore.
Well, but that was because she's into drugs and we're not. So that has nothing to do with race. Like,
so good job. Good job.
Nothing to do with that.
I'm out.
Yeah.
All right.
Good luck with that.
And so, you know, being around her, did I see things that I didn't grow up seeing? Yeah, sure. In some ways, but in other aspects, I was the youngest of so many of my cousins. So I was around adult things all the time and heard adult things all the time. And then I grew up following a group of people that my mother used to babysit that were years older than me. And so I was in that group. So I heard things and whatever, but like, I just don't remember race being the topic of conversation. And as an adult, I feel like race is the topic of conversation, and it's starting to lead to it being the topic of conversation for my son too, because I don't know about other schools. And I said this too, because Garrett has a team at school. And so I talked to obviously every single person there, and we have monthly meetings. And I asked, I was like, is there anything in this curriculum that I should be concerned about? Because there's stuff going around that as a mother, I need to be aware as to what's being said. And I brought up the topic of Black History Month. Not that I give a shit that he's learning about history, but my son,
because Black history is fucking history,
right?
Like it's
100% it is.
But
history.
my son now is leading with, not at any fault of his, but this is what he's being taught, is that so and so is a part of history only because they're Black.
That's what he understands.
And I tell him
he's not the only kid either. Yeah.
So
Like-
now I'm correcting him, and I'm like, no, baby, like everybody does. There's a lot of people in history that have done some really cool things. And it's not just because of the way that they look. We don't just focus on the way that people look. People can do all cool things. So now I'm correcting the very thing that
It's like he doesn't.
He's trying.
He doesn't
you
know what Martin Luther King did, but he knows Martin Luther King is famous in history because he's Black, and that to me sucks.
That's horrible. And that's
so now I have to correct that.
And that's the unintended consequences of these good intentions of Black History Month and things like that. They don't understand. I don't know. I'll just say they don't understand that there's consequences to that. If you focus so much on one thing, generations later, the essence of the thing is gone now. And now it's just kids thinking, oh, he's only famous because of his skin color or something. And it's like,
and you know how confusing that is to only talk about it in 1 month.
Yeah.
And so now that
Teach it the whole fucking year.
So
like just
right. And so now he's understanding that, you know, that segregation was not good. And I was like, exactly, baby. We don't do that anymore. People were not very nice a long time ago, but we don't do that anymore. We get to be with everybody. And how cool is it that we get to be friends with everybody? We all can go to the same school and go to the same playground. And so that's the message that I want to teach my kid. And I feel like you can't even say that, because that is somehow diminishing whatever this is what we're supposed to be teaching our kids. But don't you want to teach our kids that anybody and anybody can be really cool or do something very profound in history if
and
they
we can
want
celebrate, and we can celebrate it whenever we want. If anything, Black history devalues Black history. You know what I mean? So. It absolutely devalues it, and it relegates it to 1 month of the year where we're like, hey, good job, Harriet Tubman. Anyways, back to your regularly scheduled program, where it's like, nah, dude, like we need to be celebrating that always.
It's even March for Women's Month.
Yeah.
Like you're teaching about all these women, and these kids think that they're cool just because they're women and not because of what they did. And it's like, what the
unintended consequences
and
of good
young
intentions
for that shit too. Like they need to learn. They don't know what prohibition is. They don't know what, you know, they don't know that yet. You haven't taught them any of that shit yet. I don't know.
Joseph, we were told we can't celebrate. We can't
We only
celebrate.
get we were told we're not allowed to celebrate Cinco de Mayo.
We were told we weren't allowed to celebrate.
That's right.
But I would totally celebrate it for you.
So Jeremy, you're gonna laugh at this, and Joseph, I'll tell you this because I told Garrett. So Joseph obviously has been in our chat in a while, and every time I look at this picture, for whatever reason, just quick glance, I thought that he was the taller guy. And so one day I was.
Joseph has the coolest freaking beard ever.
Right.
He's like a Viking.
Is it the stash or is it beard?
No, it's his beard. He's like a Mexican Viking. It's amazing.
So I left YouTube on or whatever. And so I come back and we happen to just be on the big screen, and his comment came up, and I was like, wait, that one's Joseph. That's Dave Castro.
Oh, so that's hilarious.
I'm sorry, Joseph.
All right, let's wrap up.
Me too, Katie.
He's a taller guy.
See?
Me too. I'll be honest with you, Joseph. I was like, oh, you're that taller dude.
I wasn't the only one.
Let's and Kenneth, don't get mad at me for sharing this. I'm about to share this, but I think this is hysterical, and I think this wraps up Pride Month in a nice little tight bow.
Oh, this was so good. This is so
but
good.
again, Kenneth, and if Jeffrey Birchfield's in here, please don't be mad at me for this. But I think it's hilarious.
Organizations recently put out a new pride flag that had the autism logo on it, and some of us were like, "Whoa, how did you get us on your team?" Like, we don't mind what you're doing, but how didn't we get our own flag? If there's ever a group that likes a flag, it's us. Also, we're not the same. Like, you do you, but I'm counting things. I'm not sucking dicks. I'm not homophobic. If you need dicks counted, call me up. You know? Count every cock in this room, you know? I'll line you up in size order.
Yes.
We'd be an easy group to make a flag for, quite honestly. Put a T-Rex or a train on a banner. Most of us will be happy.
That's just at my heart.
The
right
Pride
there.
organizations recently put out a new pride flag that had the autism logo.
Yeah, so
that is funny.
I feel like that wraps up our Pride Month thought process. And
well, here I sent this one to the group, so I figure we can finish on this one.
But that
I think Jeffrey,
the trains and T-Rex thing, it was spot on, by the way.
Oh yeah. Totally.
Jeremy, did you laugh out loud when I sent this to you?
I did.
Actually,
I absolutely did.
I was like,
This is so funny. Oh my god, look at those moves.
We are so fucking ridiculous. Here's the last one, just to like, oh my god.
I love that dude's leaning into it. You know what I'm saying? Because my oldest and kind of my youngest, but my oldest has like vitiligo under the eyes, you know, so like in the summer she'll tan, but like right under her eyes it stays light, and she gets self-conscious about it. I'm like, no, you're beautiful, you know, with or without that, you are legit. So seeing that dude like lean into it and be funny about it, and the autistic dude, like that's
so
beautiful,
good.
dude. I love that stuff.
Put a train on there, man.
All right, guys.
Put a train on there.
Someone DM me later and tell me what Brian Friend said. Is he mad? What happened?
Oh yeah, I want to know what he said.
And someone asked to. I think we are going to try to. By the way, Matthew, you're amazing.
You're such a boss. Thank you so much, bro, for everything this weekend. It was so cool.
And Meg's gonna be mad. Matthew has one. Matthew and KDL now are the only two people that have official Glit and Think podcast t-shirts. Matthew wore on the stage
it was really
for
cool.
Kill Taylor. So
how do you get one of those?
Travis had one there.
Okay.
Yep.
Like all the lanes were supposed to be sponsored at one point, but then something happened, and then we had reached out to Travis to give it to Matthew.
Gotcha.
But we
sexist.
Can you buy it on the
Yo, the
website?
Lesbians are sexist.
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, but it's coming.
Are you going to the games?
I want to, but I can't promise anything yet.
All right. Well, couple people, if you go to the games and you find us, you might be able to walk away with a GTP shirt. So, you know, a little incentive. But we are in the works to try to talk to Matthew and Taylor to try to do a recap for Kill Taylor. But Taylor's busy with NorCal, so
they're all going to NorCal. It's
probably after NorCal, we'll try to get the two of them on just to talk about Syndicate, the experience, and all that kind of stuff. So we will do a wrap up show with that.
We're gonna do we have Shelby Neal on the show on Wednesday.
Yep.
I'll talk about her experience at Syndicate and kind of catch up on some of the reels that she's been putting on the internet lately and have a little bit of girl talk, guys.
That'll be a good conversation for real.
Yeah, it'll be good.
Yeah, that'll be fun. I don't know what the boys are doing. Go bother the boys, Jan and Jake and the Base Show and Outside the Box, and find out what they're doing. I don't know. Are you going? Do you know who you're battling this week on head to head?
Like it's not sexist, I promise.
I do not know. They surprise me every time.
Oh, you never know who it is?
I never know. I knew Grant, and then that was it. And then the next week, and I have I don't know the workout. Usually we're in like a WhatsApp chat they'll be like, hey, don't do these movements the day before. So then I'm like, all right, okay, cool. But all Jake and Jan have said is this week is going to be, yeah, there it is. We have a horrible workout plan for James. I'm like, oh,
They're
great.
just trying to get, you're 3-0. I love it. I love watching you do it. Matthew, you got to jump on that show one day, bro. It's so cool. It's fun. There's no prize money though. It's all for fun and laughs and to fuck with Jeremyeatworld.
My feelings are hurt. We had to get all the lesbians first, Meg.
Yeah.
And then
we got all the lesbians.
And then you'll get one. You coming to the games?
Matthew's a lesbian. It's fair.
That's what I'm saying.
He loves us.
The lesbians. Everybody that loves women. Get a shirt first.
Jan, you want to get me off? I think that. What is his profile picture? What the hell is?
I think isn't that him and Jake?
Jake.
It's him and Jake.
They're in love. Are you in a kilt, Jan?
Yeah.
Are you in a kilt in that picture?
Oh, I love that.
Dude, you are so gay. If you're in a kilt in that
100%.
picture, I can't, bro.
He said that too.
Oh my god.
Oh wait.
Oh hell.
That's beautiful.
It's me and my best friend Matthew. Oh, it's not Jake. Okay, that's fine. You're not gay. That's all right.
Kind of.
Or a little bit. Gay adjacent. Can you be gay adjacent?
Did you guys? I know we're gonna get off. Did you guys watch Taylor and Bryson host Savan this morning, or host the show?
I saw the whole thing.
I couldn't. I tried. I just.
Taylor's too much.
Listen,
she couldn't get past it. I literally went to watch it, and she had turned it off at like 4.5 minutes, and I was like, I will be able to get. I'll finish.
As many times
I'll finish,
as
pause.
he says, and I hate saying this word, but I'll say it. As many times as he says retard or fucking fuck this, balls this, what I'm like, can you just get to the point? It's the same thing when Sev gets on repeat and he says it over and over and over. And I'm like, it's almost like skip to the next song, you know, like
right. We've heard it over. Yeah.
Can we move on, please? And I can't get past.
You just have to hit that 10-second button. Like if you just keep hitting the 10-second fast forward.
I couldn't. Taylor was, and I get it because he did fantastic.
It was
really
great.
did.
Syndicate was so much fun.
They did
it was awesome.
so good this weekend, and Taylor was so good on the mic, commentating on the floor and talking to them. So I get it. He was
amped.
He had a muzzle on all weekend, and he did great. So I wasn't surprised. Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, I'm with Jan.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just, I'm just like, oh my god. It is. It's so. That's what
makes Taylor. That's what makes Taylor so alluring. Hey, what's that rap song? It gets the people going.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You can't say it. Actually, Colleen, you're black. You can say it. You're a redhead. You're black.
Can I tell you something? So I have one of no, I have to tell you, baby. I don't think I told you this. So G had a double hitter baseball games over the weekend and ceremony. So I was with his team for like 3 hours on Saturday, and one of his really good friends, the mother, she's black. And so we're like getting to know each other, super close or whatever. And she comes to me and she leans in and she's like, did you hear about, and I thought she said the gender thing. And I was like, what now? They've changed it 100 different fucking times. What do you mean? She's like, no, girl, the ginger thing. And I was like, she kind of looked at me. She's like, you one of us now. And I started
it's a fucking thing.
Awesome.
It's a literal thing now.
She's like,
that's funny.
I'm like, support, baby, support.
That is fantastic.
It was
that is
so
fantastic.
funny.
And still, we can't say it. So like,
and I never will.
Nope.
I never
and
will.
I will not
I
either.
I
will sing it in my car.
But that
absolutely.
That song, I'm not gonna say it because I don't remember how the baby says it, but he doesn't say the N-word. He says it that kind of is close to. So I'm like, you
ninjas,
can't say
right?
that.
Ninjas and bears.
No,
it was something else. It was really funny.
I was like, you cannot say this word.
You cannot say that.
You can listen to the song,
but you can't say the word.
You cannot say this word.
Yeah. That's funny. That's funny.
All right, guys. Keep me posted. Let me know what's going on with the Brian Friend thing. Someone DM me. I'm probably.
Yeah, I want to know some deets.
Yeah, I want to know too. The logic, you guys aren't a mixed couple.
Dang. That just blew everything up.
On that note,
I'm gonna have to marinate on that.
Bye,
All right,
guys.
All right.
guys. Deuces.
See you later, guys. Thank you.
Kenneth Lap.